Five Nights at Freddy's, a game that took the world by storm. And when I say by storm, I mean by storm. Just in case you've been living underneath a rock for the past decade, FNAF is a series of horror games that are based loosely on the Chuck E. Cheese chains, where the mascot animatronics, Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy, are possessed by the souls of dead children. Whoa. And as the name implies, you need to try to survive Five Nights at Freddy's. Honestly though, who would have thought that a video game about killer animatronics possessed by the spirits of murdered children in a pizza restaurant would be such a huge part of many people's childhood? 18 games, 41 books, 71 game theory videos, and 241 Korean man streams later, you finally have gotten a movie, and
BOOM! Oh, you should see the look on your face.
Suck guy?
The one and only. And look, I'm dressed as the sins of your past. Ooh. Happy Halloween!
Halloween? Sock guy, I'm sorry to break it to you, pal, but it's not Halloween anymore.
Yes, it is. Look.
No, it's not. Huh?
Oh boy, trick-or-treaters!
Get out of here!
Oh, come on! I was gonna give them apples with razor blades, you jerk!
No, wait, what? Look, it's not even October, it's November. Besides, I have big plans for us tonight.
Plans? What plans?
Well, I got 2 tickets to the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
What? Like in theaters?
Yep.
I don't know, Toxic. Why don't we just watch it on Peacock?
Wait, why? I already got tickets.
I know, I can see that. But in case you forgot, our last theater experience, it was a hectic one.
Alright, let's go.
Hey, thanks for bringing me, Tom.
Oh, that sucked the shut the fuck up!
Hey! The movie's been over for half an hour! Leave!
Oh, sorry about that. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just watch it here.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright.
Well, are you gonna turn the TV on?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That was
horrible, I know, right? Finally, for once, we can agree on something for a change.
No! It was fantastic!
Did we watch the same movie?
First of all, no shit, we're in the same room. And second, I am a huge FNAF fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know the entirety of the Five Nights at Freddy's lore like the back of my head.
Don't you mean hand?
I know what I said. Anyway, you see, aside from the date of when the restaurants were established, it pretty much all starts with the bite of 87. Or, as it's more accurately put outside of the memes, of course.
The Five Nights at Freddy's movie is just okay.
Just okay?
Yep, just okay. Let's talk about the jump scares. Yes, the non-existent jump scares. Out of the 1 hour and 50-minute runtime, there were probably at least 2, which absolutely blows my mind because heck, the whole franchise is literally built on unapologetic jump scares. And with that said, that's partly why this movie's still a 5 out of 10 movie in my book. There are mountains of other reasons that I'll get to in a bit, along with things I liked about the movie. But the lack of jump scares in this movie were detrimental. I mean, Jesus, that's what the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise is. And even when they attempt to be spooky, it often comes off as incredibly silly.
You know what that sounds like, Toxic?
What's that?
A bunch of bullshit!
Hey now, don't get me wrong, not everything I have to say about this movie is bad and stinky. Aesthetically, it was an amazing piece of eye candy. The animatronics themselves looked incredible, and the set design was downright perfect. They really did a pretty spectacular job with Freddy in the game.
Oh, that's for sure. But aside from looking pretty, what did you think of the movie's plot? Personally, I thought it was a pretty neat little self-contained story.
I didn't really like it.
What?
I said I didn't really like the movie's plot.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Go fuck yourself.
What?
Sockeye, I know you hear me. I didn't like the movie's plot. What is wrong with you?
Hey! You do know that Scott Cawthon had complete oversight when it came to literally everything in the movie, right? That goes for the plot, which, by the way, he was credited as the screenwriter, to even what each and every actor on set was wearing.
Well, if Scott Cawthon wrote the script, then that explains everything.
You know what? Fuck you! I've been waiting for this movie for 8 years, and it deserves a 9 out of 10 across the board! This movie was made for people like me, fans of this amazing franchise that has spawned countless of theories, fan art, fan games, and above all else, memes. I mean, where do we be without horror? For God's sakes, Toxic! Millions love this franchise, and every single one of them would agree this movie is the best movie in the world! But here you are straight up calling it the biggest little hoo-ha I mean, are we the only ones who understand the complexities of this ambitious cinematic masterpiece? This movie isn't stupid! You're stupid!
The Five Nights at Freddy's movie was just in general a mediocre movie. Nothing horrible, but also nothing fantastic. I enjoyed some of it, but for the most part, it just felt like a very rushed and messy plot, which is fitting because the games are just as messy. So if anything, it's a perfect film adaptation, am I right, fellas? Okay. In my own opinion, it felt a bit rushed in some places and pretty standard in others. There were a couple parts that made no sense context-wise. Like, for example, near the end of the movie where William Afton was being crushed to death by the Springlock suit and said the famous line,
I always come back.
which made sense in the context of the game, but here it just sounded really cheesy and made no sense. It was just a blatant wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Look, theater goer, did you hear that famous and iconic line from the games? Well, we put it in the movie for no fucking reason.
You done yet?
No! So how's it feel?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just having something you love dearly to shit all over stings, don't it? So, how's it feel, buddy? Does it feel good? Does it feel nice? Tones definitely clashed. At one moment, you're watching a horror movie, and the next, you're watching a feel-good movie. And the inclusion of Vanessa's character, while cool, felt like her only purpose for being there was essentially to be a lore dumper. Here's dumping lore left and right. Look at her go.
I will shoot you.
That's the best dumper I've ever seen. Get this bitch a dump award. I have tons more to say, but to keep it snappy and to the point, it really felt like half of the movie was just a wasted plot about a guy trying to survive the horrors of sibling custody with his aunt.
Wrong!
Okay, look, whatever, sockeye. Why are you always such a contrarian? You always play devil's advocate when it comes to how I feel about literally everything.
Hey, don't blame me! You're the one who wrote it in the script!
With that said though, the movie was just slightly above average, and I give it a mediocre score of 5.5 out of 10 stars. If we do manage to eventually get a sequel, or even a prequel for that matter, I'd really like to see where the movie franchise heads. And I sure hope that we get to see the film's shining star, the best character in the movie, Doug.
We are not eating.
It's absolutely exploding in the box office, which is totally to be expected, beating the Mario movie with the biggest domestic opening day ever for a video game movie with $39.5 million.
FNAF 1, Mario 0.
Jeez, you know, I really feel like a complete idiot for being unironically critical about, out of all things, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
It's okay, buddy. You have every right to your own opinion. I mean, it's wrong, and I no doubt want and expect to see the comment section of this video flooded with comments on how wrong you are and how you're not a true FNAF fan. But you, of course, have a right to it.
Look, regardless on if I enjoyed it or not, there's still a lot of folks out there that absolutely ate it up. And that's a good thing. Don't let anything that I've said so far ruin the enjoyment that you may have gotten out of this movie. Because honestly, for what it's worth, it could have been a lot worse. And the fact that so many people actually enjoyed it has to mean they did something right.
Hey, Toxic, look what I found.
Whoa, Sockeye, I would put that down if I were you, buddy. I mean, something horrible could happen.
Don't you worry too much, Toxic. And even if some sort of accident were to happen to me while wearing this suit, which is highly unlikely, there's no need to worry. I always come back. Yeah, you get it? It's just like the game. Wait, do you hear that?
Well, I guess you could call that a spring sock failure.
We're waiting every night to finally grow red and white. Newcomers to play with us. For 80 years we've been all alone. We're forced to still and play the same songs we've known since that day. An imposter took our lives away. Now we're stuck here to decay. Please agitating, don't let us away. We're never good to damn game. We're poor little souls, we're under control. And we're forced to take that role. We've been all alone, stuck in our little zone since 1987. Join up to your friends, watch if you suck at the fence. After all, you've only got 5 nights at Freddy's. Is explain what a be, I just don't get it. Oh, I need one who say 5 nights at Freddy's. see you another night. You should have looked for another job. You should have said to this place goodbye. It's like there's so much more. Maybe you've been in this place before. We remember a face like yours. You seem acquainted with those doors. Please let's get